Please, now I know when I'm talking, I know how I'll be talking. I know this guy I'm with doesn't love me. I'm not sure I want to be into somebody that doesn't love me.
I'm not changing, and you have no right to tell me I'm changing. I'm setting realistic expectations for what our life will be when we leave here.
You guys, last night was like a movie. Kayode was just moving from one couple to the other, and the discussions that they were having, I was just like, it's like breakfast is on the verge of being dished out tonight. For Groovy and Phyna, their own was even a little bit confusing because it was as if the breakfast was in the middle of the table and they were trying to feed each other. Groovy told Phyna that what he has for her is just likeness, that it's not love. Phyna say she doesn't think she can be in a situation where someone does not love her. And then Groovy, on the other hand, still made it known that he wants the relationship to continue, but he cannot give love now. That is the situation that we are still judging. That is the situation that is still in court that we're trying to figure out. So welcome back to my channel, guys. If you are new here, please do subscribe, turn on your post notifications so I can get notified every time I post a brand new video, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up. So you guys, like I said, last night was a movie. It was almost as if last night was for assurance and defining things between the couples. I'm going to begin with Shags and Bella because that one was a little bit short, so let's just briefly talk about that one, right? So for Shags and Bella, the wahala stemmed from him talking about what to expect from him when he leaves the house with regards to him chilling and spending time with his guys.
We'll be fine. If it's going to be, this will be. If it's going to work, this will work.
This will only work if you calm down.
You can. Like I said, we just need being cute, or you guys want to always be outside every day. As long as you're safe, I'm fine.
Bella was not buying that talk at all. Later on, she now turned away from him, and then she now told him that he's changing, right? Then he now got pissed at the fact that she turned away while they're having a conversation. She now turned back and apologized. He now said that it's not about apologizing, that if they're speaking about change, that she should be the one that should even change and stop being rude.
You're changing, that's it.
I'm not changing. This is what I'm saying. Like, you're speaking to me about something, you looked another way.
Sorry.
It's not sorry because, like, we have the same conversations every day. So if you want to ask about changing, maybe you should change and actually, like, not be so, like, rude. You made your points and now you're turning around.
Excuse me? I know that Bella can be rude, but in this particular situation, he's reaching. I beg, like, she literally turned and apologized. So where's the rudeness in that? In this particular situation, I did not really see any rudeness in that, right? So he now continued talking. He was talking about the fact that when it comes to this kind of conversations of people saying you're changing, that most guys will take it, especially guys that don't know their worth, that he's not changing, he's only setting realistic expectations, more like for when they leave the house.
All this, you're changing, all this shit, yeah. I feel like certain guys that don't know their worth let their women say stuff to them that's not true. And because they're under-delivering and they're not delivering to their women the way they're meant to deliver, they take that rubbish. I'm not changing, and you have no right to tell me I'm changing. I'm setting realistic expectations for what our life will be when we leave here.
Ha! Now, wow, all these ones on top, we are changing. So he continued talking. He was now talking about the fact that he loves spending time with his guys, and that sometimes, you know, he might come back early, sometimes he might come back late. That's just like how he has been. And if it's something she's not okay with it, then, you know, she can now talk about it. They will now discuss how to compromise. Then later on, he just said that he's not ready to give her up, neither is he ready to, like, give up that whole situation of, like, you know, spending time with his guys.
I love spending time with my boys. We do business together. Some nights we go out. It might be a bar. I might even come home early. And I might not come home till 4 or 5. I'm with the man them. That's the type of guy I am. So setting all these realistic expectations for you to know, if it doesn't work for you, then it's like, okay, you know what, babe, that doesn't work for me. Can we compromise? If we can compromise, cool. If we can't compromise, then we're not together. But I'm not willing to give you up, and I'm not willing to give that up.
Baby girl is in for a long thing. So later on, Kayode was just doing anyhow. Like, you'll be in the middle of this conversation, he will go to this one. So he took us out from there. Later on, when he brought the camera back, they were in bed. Just, you know, this is the point where they were not talking about compromise, talking about, you know, some sweet talks, right? Then speaking of Groovy and Phyna, for Groovy and Phyna, the talk started with they started by talking about how the relationship started. They spoke about their Amaka situation, which I'm tired of hearing at this point. They now also spoke about beauty, right? Phyna asked Groovy whether he still likes beauty, and he was like, he doesn't. He was like, no. but that if there's room for peace, he would like to make peace.
Do I still like her? No. But some part of me is curious to know how everything will play out. Will I do an innocent duty, or will she do she innocent duty? Like, rather than let bygones be bygones, you understand? My first thought is to make peace, actually. If the peace is wanted by the other person, after making peace, then it's done. Now everybody goes there.
So this conversation went on for a while. They talked about different things. Kayode did what he knows how to do best, took the camera out, came back. At some point, Phyna was now asking him about how he feels about her, that he should just say it with his full chest. Now, what he feels, that he should stop beating around the bush. She wasn't like that he has not been beating around the bush, that he has told her that he's not like on the love vibe kind of thing. And then he now asked her whether hasn't he been showing love, like in terms of his actions and all. She now said that no, that what he has been showing is kind of like likeness.
You want it to work, you state it, nobody's beating you. But this one, you're not saying, you're just beating around.
Not beating around, I already told you the love thing, I'm not on it.
Okay, fine.
Do you think I have shown you love?
You show me everything any girl that likes a girl will do.
Likes, not loves.
Then she now spoke about what he did yesterday that made her feel some type of way, and I think it has to do with him ignoring her and maybe not checking up on her as he was supposed to. And he was not like can't I get angry sometimes, I'm allowed to get angry sometimes, or not be in the mood sometimes, kind of stuff. And I think that is whenever this kind of thing happens, like whenever this whole mood swing happens, that the assurance conversation comes up.
A guy that loves a girl. I was lying down here today. Many times you've done it. You know I'm pissed.
Hey, come on, don't do that. Because if it's like that, then we quarrel. That means if it's like that, then we always have this fight every single day, and it's about 2 little jokes. You can't tell me that I cannot get pissed.
So this is when she was now saying that she doesn't think she would like to be in a situation where the person doesn't love her and that is just likeness. She was not asking him his original plans for her, that at some point that she felt like he was using her to pass time. He was not telling her that you can't be saying that I'm using you to pass time because I did not use the L word, or I've not been using the L word. She now said that it's not about using it, that is about how he feels, that how does he really feel. He now told her that he really likes her, that's what it is at this point.
What was the original plan with me?
I don't get it.
You don't love me, obviously. I said this thing one time, maybe you were passing time with me.
You can't tell me because I don't say.
It's not say. I'm not telling you to say.
Okay, so
I'm
that's
asking
what
if you even feel it.
What I usually can only say is that I really like you.
This conversation went on for a while. Kayode went out, came back, they went on break, came back, and the conversation was still going on. So at some point, she was now on the vibe of, okay, it's okay now. I've heard you don't love me. It's just likeness. You know, that kind of vibe of more like maybe trying to guilt trip somebody. Okay, it's fine, you don't love me. It's just likeness kind of thing, right? That was the vibe she was on.
It's going to be hard though, but it's okay. At least now I know when I'm talking, I know how I'll be talking. I know, okay, this guy I'm with doesn't love me. It's just like, oh yeah, catch you for.
Come, let's go to bed.
I'll join you.
She was not saying that it's not even a relationship, it's a situationship. He was not telling her that why would she be saying that? Didn't he ask her out? And then she was like, yeah, he asked her out and she agreed. He now told her that when I asked you out, when we even decided that we are going to date, at that point, did you tell me that you loved me? And she was like, at that point, no. I was like, so what are we even on about?
I'm heartbroken like this.
How is this situation?
Like I'm
down.
down.
Broke your heart.
Yes, no, you didn't break my heart.
How is it
No, I allowed my heart.
How is it the situationship? Did I not ask you to be my girlfriend? Yes or no? Yes
You
or
did,
no?
and I accepted because.
And when I asked you to be my girlfriend, had you told me you were in love with me already?
No. It
So
grew.
why you doing like
It grew.
So for me, I think it's a case of you both started on a vibes level, and then now she has caught feelings. And for him, the reason he took it a step further by making it a relationship thing, like, okay, let's be boyfriend and girlfriend, is because of his experience. In particular, the experience he had with Beauty. He said that if he knew that that situation was going to happen, he would have defined things early. So now with this situation, he decided to define things early so that they will not have reason to like be insecure about certain things, and they'll be able to set boundaries accordingly, right? So but at the time of them saying, okay, let's be boyfriend and girlfriend, nobody was really talking about feelings. So now she has caught feelings, and then it's now a case of, oh, you don't love me, this and that and that. But he is now on, for him, he's on the vibe of, when we leave, we'll understand whether we really want to do this or we don't want to do it, right? of that particular part, I don't know whether it's going to happen like that. But I really, really understand him. Whether he truly likes her or not, I don't know. But I don't really think it's a case of it's a case where he should be guilty, or he should be, I don't even know. I don't really think it's much of a big deal where you now be blaming him for, oh, you don't love her and anything. Like there's nobody that's really doing anything wrong here. She has fallen. It's understandable for her to be feeling the way she's feeling. For him, he doesn't want to, you know, voice out what he's not feeling, and I really fuck with that. It do not make sense for him to start proclaiming love when he's not there. So I like that fact that he's saying it. I don't know, some people, I feel like some people like being lied to, prefer being lied to sometimes, to be honest, right? So that's just my take on this. What do you guys think about it? The different couples that have decided to do assurance, give me assurance. So this is hey. So this is the end of this video. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you on the next one. Bye. Love you.